Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about the new movie Uncle Frank. Now this movie comes to Amazon Prime Video on November 25th, just in time for Thanksgiving, and I really think that this is a movie that a lot of people are going to like, and it's a movie we need right now. It's all about self-identity and acceptance and family and just love and embracing who you are, right? And not worrying about what other people think about you, which I truly think is a message that everybody needs to learn. It's a message I'm trying to instill in my daughters as hard as I can. And honestly, this isn't a movie for kids at all. They would be bored and they probably wouldn't even really fully grasp the intensity of the movie. So this is not one I will be showing them, but I'm taking a lot of lessons from this to show them. Now, it stars Paul Bettany, who you may know as Vision, several other, he's absolutely amazing. It also stars Sophia Lillis, who is from It, so that's where you probably know her from. And then Peter Macdissi literally steals the entire movie. I loved Paul Bettany's performance, and I loved the chemistry between the two of them, but man, Peter, he absolutely kills it. It also has Judy Greer and Steve Zahn and Stephen Root. So many amazing people, and this is, it's written and directed by Alan Ball, and all right, let's get into my spoiler-free review for Uncle Frank.
Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
So if you've seen the trailer for this movie, you know the premise. There's Uncle Frank, who's played by Paul Bettany, and he is gay, and he is hiding it from his entire family until Sophia Lillis accidentally discovers it. She plays Beth, his niece, and the rest is history. So she discovers he's been living with someone for 10 years. His name is Wally, and that is Peter Macdissi. Now, again, this is all very early on. It is not a spoiler, and in fact, it is in the trailer. You see all of this. You actually see her meet Wally, who I adore. He absolutely killed it. He absolutely steals the entire show. He's hilarious, but he's heartwarming and heartfelt, and so many of the things that he says are just like profound. And I absolutely love his relationship, Wally and Frank's relationship. Paul and Peter just absolutely kill it on screen. The two of them, they have such chemistry, and you can just tell that Wally loves Frank so much. And of course, he's being hidden from his family. Now, this is in the 1970s, so it was a lot harder to accept at the time. And you actually learn a lot about Wally and how he's literally hiding it from his entire nation. He left where he's from because they literally behead homosexuals and kill them, which is insane. And I can't believe that happened. And it's still happening some places around the country, and it disgusts me or around the world, I should say. But I wouldn't be surprised around this country right now. Okay, that's a story for another day. But it breaks my heart that this is something that people went through this struggle and are still going through this struggle. To me, I truly don't understand how this can be an issue with anybody. Whether you are gay or not, what do you care if somebody else is? It literally does not affect you. It really bothers me. That's something that you guys know I've talked about it many a times. I want so much for my children to know that if they are gay, I don't care, and I want them to be able to come out to me and know that I will fully 100% support them no matter what. And that is with this movie. And I actually watched another movie that I have a review coming up tomorrow for the happiest season, it's called, and it's kind of the same lesson that I learned from it. Like, I just really want my kids to know that I don't care and I love them for who they are. That's so important, because I don't want them struggling with hiding something like this. Now, this whole movie, let's talk about the film. It's a little slow here and there. It lulls a bit in the middle. If you've watched the trailer, you know, again, this happens very early on. It is really not a spoiler of the movie. Paul Bettany, his Uncle Frank's, basically his father, Daddy Mac, so he's called, dies unexpectedly. And so he has to go home for the funeral, and he has to deal with all these feelings and all these things, and Wally wants to come with him, and he tells him no, and so there's all sorts of stuff like that. Like, I think Wally's sick of being hidden, but he gets it at the same time because he's doing it to his family and his nation, and it's a lot to see the struggle. I feel like you see the struggle between these two on screen quite a bit. And it's a little bit confusing for his niece, Beth, who basically he had a conversation with her, which you see at the very, very beginning, where he tells her not to worry about what other people think about her and to only worry about who she is herself. And she says that actually changed her life. So to see that he's told her, who cares, just be yourself, and then he's here hiding a huge, major part of who he is. It's intense, and there's some moments, like I said, it's a little bit of a lull. There's some stuff that drags, but a lot of the conversations are great. It gives off a great message, but at the same time, gosh, it hurts to see what people went through, and there's some flashbacks about what Frank went through when he was younger, and as the story pieces together, it gets more and more heartbreaking. About the last half hour of the movie, I just cried the entire time. There was so much. There's a part at the funeral where the lawyer reads the will, and basically from that moment on, I was an absolute mess. I'm starting to tear up thinking about it now, so I'm gonna have to change. Like, it was hard to watch. It was a struggle to watch, but important to watch, I think. And I really liked. I think the story is fantastic. I think it's relevant to today in a bit, because there are still people out there, like, homophobia is a thing. There are people who will not accept their children just because of who they are, and I find that absolutely heartbreaking and just not cool. It's not cool. People, like, get over it. It doesn't personally affect you, and it's your child or your friend, or your family member, cousin, I mean, who knows, uncle, right? And who cares? Who cares? Don't you just want those people to be happy? I truly do not understand where the hatred comes from, where the unacceptance comes from. I really, truly do not get it. But Uncle Frank, it comes out November 25th to Amazon Prime Video. I think it's very important for everyone to watch. Like I said, it is actually very relevant now, which is really sad that you think this was the 70s, which, first of all, still seems crazy. And this is what these people were going through, and there are people still to this day going through the same thing. It is absolutely heartbreaking. But this movie is great. It breaks your heart, but it warms your heart all at the same time. And when you watch it, you'll see what I mean. Amazon Prime Video, November 25th. 100% worth a watch. I give it a 4 out of 5, and that's only because it did lull a little bit here and there, but I thought it was great. The shots were awesome, just the scenery, and man, it's really, really, really good movie. Important movie. Important, that's the word. It's like I said, all about family, acceptance, loving yourself, and being who you are. And I think that's really important. If you guys have seen this by the time you get to this review, let me know down below what you think. If you haven't seen it yet, let me know if you're planning on watching it. I gotta tell you, listen, like I said, Paul Bettany was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely killed the role of Frank. But Peter Macdissi, just stand out character in this. He really brought this home. And Sophia Lillis is great as well. She just doesn't seem as much of a major character as the two of them, and their relationship in this is just it's pretty amazing. There's some intense moments, and like I said, I don't want to give anything away, and I feel like if I keep talking, I will. So, like I said, let me know what you think about this. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. And you can always follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there. MAMASGEEKY. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. Bye.